Hi, Josh Barker with Josh Barker Real Estate. And thank you for checking out our market update for the month of November 2024. Let's go ahead and kick off the report by looking first at what happened last month in the month of October. So last month we actually closed 177 transactions here in the Shasta County multiple listing service. If you go back a year ago, the sales were actually higher by about 5%, where it finished at 190. So the big thing that we're looking at in terms of the sales volume slowing down a little bit in terms of the closings is that the fallout rate has creeped up a little bit. Some of that is largely just due to the higher interest rate environment, but also some of that's due to the property condition themselves. So we're going to be watching that over the next few months to see if that trend starts to back off a little bit. The next thing to look at is just the total homes that pended for the month of October. It finished at 188 units pended. If you go back 1 year ago, it was 192, so for the most part unchanged. But here's what's really interesting. If you go year to date from January all the way through October, it finished at 2,049. If you go back 1 year ago from January all the way through October, it also finished at 2,049. So what that's telling us is that our real estate market here in the local market is very, very stable. And by the way, that's very different than some other markets throughout the country. The next thing to look at is just our active inventory. Inventory right now is averaging 801 properties for sale. If you go back just 1 year ago, it was 725, so that change is roughly 10% year over year. Now this is good because the absorption rate is also going up. Right now it's just over a 4-month supply of real estate for sale in the county. And for those that may not know what the absorption rate is, that just simply means that if no other homes came to the market, it would take 4 months based on current sales volumes to sell off all the inventory. And when you're sitting at around a 4-month absorption rate, what that also means is that buyers now are beginning to enjoy a little bit more inventory to shop from, which obviously is a good thing for the market overall. Next thing to look at is just the rental market. After some discussions with local property managers, the rental rate is still coming in with a vacancy of approximately 7%. And that is accounting for properties that are being taken back into inventory, that are getting a facelift or remodeled a little bit and then presented back to the rental market. So for all intentional purposes, the rental market is extremely tight right now. The other thing to look at is that the average rent here in Redding, according to rentdata.org, is that it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage with a house that's about 15 years old, is renting for about $2,095 a month. So kind of gives you an idea anyway, if you were out there in the rental market right now, what you could expect. Next thing we're looking at is just the average sales price. The average sales price in the market, this is some pretty good news. It actually finished at $400,000. If you go back a year ago, it was $415,000. And largely that change in the average sales price really is a reflection of that higher interest rate environment. Right now, to finish this report, I'm going to simply state this. Interest rates right now are averaging around 7.2%. If you go back about 30 days ago, it was about 6.2%. And if you listen to a lot of the experts out there, they do believe that towards the end of this year, the interest rate environment is going to start to trend back down again, which will be a really good thing for affordability. So in any case, if you have any other questions regarding the real estate market here in Shasta County, just know we're always here to help. Thank you again for taking your time with us today. Have a great day.